children, I am starting with class 9th maths chapter 1 number system. In class 9th, number system is started with the introduction of number line. Now on number line we have numbers from 0, positive numbers from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on, which are counting numbers called natural numbers. If we include 0, then they become whole numbers, and if we include negative numbers, they become, the set of the numbers become integers. Then rational numbers are also defined, and in class 9th there is introduction of irrational numbers, and rational and irrational numbers, they both become real numbers. So we can say that in class 9th real numbers have been introduced, and the operations of mathematics like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division of real numbers, irrational numbers is there, and at the end exponential laws are also there. So let us start with natural numbers. As I have already said, natural numbers are set of counting numbers, one, two, three, four, and so on. Whole numbers, are represented by capital W, and they include 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Then integers, as I have told you, they start from 0 to the left hand side, negative numbers and so on, and on the right side positive numbers. Now we start with rational numbers. Now rational number has a word ratio in it. Now ratio of integers with a, what you can say, with a condition that the denominator should not be equal to 0. So such type of numbers are called rational numbers. So rational numbers are ratios of integers where denominator cannot be equal to 0. So in class 9th here we also introduce decimal expansion of rational numbers. Now rational numbers have two types of decimal expansion. Now first of all, let us understand the meaning of what is decimal expansion. Rational number is of this type, P upon Q. If we divide the numerator by denominator, like P is divided by Q, then whatever the result here, it is called quotient, QOIENT. Whatever be the quotient, then that is decimal expansion. So like 1 upon 4, 1 upon 5, 1 upon 8, 1 upon 10. So these have decimal expansions like 0.10, 4 to the 8, 220, 4 5s are 20, 0.10, 5 to the 10, 0.8 to the 8 ones are 8, 220, 8 to the 16, 448, 5 the 40, 120, 0.125 and 0.1. So their decimal expansion is these type of rational numbers have terminating decimal expansion. Children, this point has to be noted. These type of rational numbers have terminating decimal expansion. Now there are some other types of rational numbers like 1 upon 7, 1 upon 3, 1 upon 7, 2 upon 7. So let us see their decimal expansion. 3 1, 0.10, 3 3 is a 9, 1 0, 3 3 is a 9, again 1, and this will go on. So 1 upon 3 has decimal expansion as 0.3333 and so on. 1 upon 7, divide 1 by 7, 7 1 7, 330, 7 4 is 28, 220, 7 2 is 14, then there is 60, 7 8s are 56, now 4 0 40, 7 5s are 35, again we have 5 and 0 50, sorry 7, 7s are 49 and 1, again we have 1. So these digits 1 4 2 8 5 7, they will keep on repeating. So these type of rational numbers, these rational numbers have non-terminating repeating decimal expansion. So they have their decimal expansion will not terminate and the digits will go on repeating. So from here we are in a position to do exercise 1.1. The type of questions which there are in 1.1 are put 5 rational numbers, 6 rational numbers or 4 rational numbers between any other 2 rational numbers, like Now look here. Put 5 rational numbers between 3 and 4. So now what is the method? For example, let 3 and 4 be here on the number line. This is the number line. Let 3 and 4 be here. Now if we have to put one number, what we will do is we add 3 and 4 and divide it by 2. So if we add 3 and 4 and divide by 2 is equal to 7 upon 2 is equal to 3.5. So in between we have 3.5. Now is 3 upon 5 a 3.5 a rational number? Yes. We can write it as 35 upon 10. Both are integers. Denominator is not equal to 0, so 3.5 is a rational number. Now we add 3 plus 3.5 and half it becomes 6.5 upon 2. 3 2s are 6. 2 3s are 6. Then 2 2s are 4. 2 5s are 10. 3.25. Is it a rational number? Yes, we can write it as 325 upon 100. Put another number 3.5 plus 4 upon 2, 7.5 upon 2, 2 3s are 6, 1 15, 2 7s are 14, 1 0, 2 5s are 10, 3.75. Now how we have put 3, it is now for you students to put 2 more numbers like this. Now you can put one number here like 3 and 3.25 upon 2, 3.25 plus 3.5 upon 2, 3.5 plus 3.75 upon 2 or 3.575 plus 4 upon 2. So in this way you will keep on adding and dividing by 2 and you will be getting numbers, more rational numbers between these two numbers. So in this way you can carry on with this process and find as many rational numbers as you like. This is exercise number 1.1. So till here what are the main points that we have learnt? That rational numbers, if we expand their decimal expansion, in their decimal expansion they are of two types. In one their decimal expansion terminates, in the other their decimal expansion is non-terminating but it is repeating, the same number of digits are repeating. Now here we have introduced another number or another type of numbers which are called irrational numbers. Now what are irrational numbers? Those numbers which are not rational, or if we put it in the definition, those numbers which cannot be written in the form of p upon q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0. So the numbers which we have studied up till now were those numbers which were rational numbers. Either they were natural numbers, either they were integers, whole numbers, all those were rational numbers. But rational numbers other than rational numbers are irrational numbers. Now what comes to our mind is, now if there are irrational numbers, what is their type? So one more thing, that if a irrational number, if we has its decimal expansion, then it will be non-terminating and non-repeating. Now look on the blackboard. Numbers which are not rational are called irrational numbers. The decimal expansion of irrational number is non-repeating and non-terminating. That is, the decimal expansion, in the decimal expansion the digits do not repeat and the decimal expansion does not terminate. Terminate means end. Thanks. Now here Pythagoras theorem is used. Now what is Pythagoras theorem? First let us describe Pythagoras theorem. In Pythagoras theorem, in right angled triangles, now in a right angled triangle, the line which is parallel to the floor, this is called, let this be a right angled triangle ABC. This is base. The line which is perpendicular to the base is called perpendicular, and the line in front of this right angle, it is called hypotenuse. So Pythagoras theorem states that hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square, and hypotenuse is equal to under root b square plus g square, and this is taken to be positive because we have, if we take under root, we have two values, positive and negative. We will discard the negative because distance is always positive. Now using this theorem, we can place any irrational number on a number line. For example, we will be placing under root 2 on the number line. For this, let us draw a number line. Now this point is O, origin 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. We take 1 unit and a line which is perpendicular to it having 1 unit also. So this is a perpendicular here. Now this, we take it as A, this point as A, one point as A, and this to be B. Now what is OB? By Pythagoras theorem, OB square is equal to OA square plus AB square, and OB is equal to under root OA square, this is also 1 and this is 1. So 1 square plus 1 square is equal to under root 2. Because 1 square is equal to 1, 1 square is equal to 1, 1 plus 1, 2, and under root is there. So this becomes under root. Now we can have some other also. Make a perpendicular here. 1 unit. This is perpendicular here. Join this point. Let us say this is C. Now what is this? Under root 2 square 2, 1 square 1, 2 and 1 3. This is under root 3. Again, let us have a perpendicular here of 1 unit. Let this point be D. Join this. This is under root 3 square 3 and 1 4. This is 2. Let us make a perpendicular here, 1 unit. What is this? 2 square 4 under root 5. Again we can have 1 unit, and now what is this? 5 plus 6 under root 6. So in this way we can now by this arc. On it, take a compass and we put a arc here. This is under root 2. We put a arc here. This is under root 3. Take a arc here. 2. And if we now under root 5, something here, under root 6. So in this way we can plot different under roots on a number line by taking the distance on the compass and drawing an arc on the number line. There is one more way which has been given in the book. I will describe that way also. That way also uses Pythagoras theorem. Now look at the blackboard. Place under root p on a number line. Or in place of p, say, let us say take x. Method. Draw a line of dimension x. Take a line x from here. Add 1 unit to it. Full stop. So from here, this is B 1 unit, half OB, that is x plus 1 by 2, and draw a semicircle. So let us take this is half and we draw a this point can be P. Taking this we draw a semicircle with the help of a compass. Now PB, this PB is the radius, and we draw a perpendicular from here which bisects. Perpendicular is drawn which bisects this semicircle at point C. Now according to this we will have AC equal to be under root x. Now how? We join this. This is this length PC is equal to x plus 1 by 2 because it is the radius. It is also the radius. This is also the radius. So this is x plus 1 by 2. And what is PA? PA is equal to x plus 1. PB is equal to x plus 1 by 2 and minus 1 is equal to x plus 1 minus 2 upon 2 x minus 1 upon, this is PA. PA is equal to, now we apply this, we have to find out AC is equal to question mark. Now applying Pythagoras through it, we have x plus 1 by 2 whole square is equal to PA whole square plus AC whole square. Now in place of PA we can write x minus 1 upon 2. We take this to this side, then AC square becomes x plus 1 by 2 whole square minus x minus 1 upon 2 whole square. Now this becomes x square plus 2x plus 1 minus x square minus 2x plus 1 by 4, because 2 whole square becomes 4, is equal to, now this x square here, if we take the bracket out, it becomes plus, it becomes minus, and x square is cancelled out by x square, minus 1 is cancelled by plus 1, 2x plus 2x is equal to 4x upon 4 is equal to x. So AC becomes, but x is AC square. Look here, AC square is equal to x, AC is equal to under root x. So this becomes under root x. So this is how we can, now this can be taken on a compass, this distance, and a arc can be drawn from here, and we can place any under root p type, under root x type of irrational numbers on a number line. Now we are in a position to do exercise number 1.2, 1.3 as well, 1.4 and 5 also. 1.4, for 1.4 exponential laws, we have to learn some laws of surds also, means having under root sign. So let's again revise them. Now look, there are some laws. Under root AB is equal to under root A under root B. First. Second, under root A upon B is equal to under root A upon under root B. Second, under root A minus under root B into under root A plus under root B is equal to A minus. Now this identity comes from a minus b into a plus b is equal to a square minus b square. We are using this identity. Fourth, a plus under root b, a minus under root b. Same, this is used here as well and here as well. So a square minus b. Fifth, under root a plus under root b into under root c plus under root d. So we will multiply first this by both and then this by both. Under root a into under root c plus under root a into under root b plus under root b into under root c plus under root b into under root. And then we can have under root ac plus under root ad plus under root bc plus under root b. Now sixth one, under root a plus under root b whole square, same as a plus b whole square, a square, b square, 2a. A square, a plus 2 under root a under root b plus b is equal to a plus 2 under root ab now. Here also we will again revise laws of exponents also. Laws of exponents. A की power n into a to the power n is equal to a to the power m plus first. Second, a raised to the power m to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m into n. Third, a raised to the power m, a raised to the power n, a raised to the power n minus. Fourth, a raised to the power m, b raised to the power m, a b raised to. Fifth, a m upon n, a m upon n is equal to a under root n raised to the power m is equal to under root n raised to the power a raised to the power n. Now with these laws we can do exercise number 1.5, 1.6, and children, you first try all these exercises and I will come to you with another video and I will be solving most of the questions in these exercises. But first of all, you may do these exercises, have some revision, read you see this video and help yourself first. Then if something is left, I am ready to help you. Thank you all.